Breaking news.
Just before our newscast started tonight, Bryant Maddrick took off and went out to Pasco. There's some breaking news out there. We really, at the time, didn't even know what was going on. So, Bryant, tell us what's happening, what you've learned there in Pasco.
Well, Christine, we literally just got on the scene just a couple of minutes ago, but what we have been able to find out is that there was a gang-related shooting that happened at this home right behind me here. It's located at 411 Cedar Avenue, and Pasco police tell me that the person who has been shot, and there was one person that was shot, is a 23-year-old male.
Bryant Maddrick checked to find out what you'll pay. Bryant.
Well, Christine and Scott, you see this small metal item here. It's called a wheel weight. This is something that goes on all four of your tires to keep them balanced. Yet, this item is made of lead, and beginning next year in the state of Washington, this will be illegal. 2:30 to 3 o'clock earlier this afternoon, Pasco police responded to the scene where this beige home behind me is where they came, and they discovered the body of a deceased female inside that home. Now, right now, and I talked with investigators. The Cybee School District has around 45 vehicles, some including small cars like this, which only cost around $30 to fill up. But it costs anywhere from $300 to $400 just to fill up one of these buses. So with the school district having 20 of these, you do the math, it adds up. Right now, police have cornered off a small section of Salmon Drive as they continue to investigate the murder that occurred inside that beige home last night. Now, winter weather like this certainly is very treacherous for a lot of drivers. We've talked about a lot of accidents out here. Well, there are some things that you will need if you're going to hit the roads. Take a walk with me and let's go inside the trunk. As you can see, there are some things here. The water's rising so fast that it's now starting to spill onto the land. As a matter of fact, I'm standing in some of that water at this moment. That's why homeowners are getting these sandbags, protecting their home before the water hits. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. You know, the donation effort has been phenomenal. Folks are coming in. We've been seeing cars line up, folks dropping in money, folks dropping in cans, and even large companies are donating food. Take a look at this bin. It is filled with food that has been donated. You know, right now it's in the 20s, and tonight someone will be spending their evening, or could be, inside of this dumpster. But you know, the problem of homelessness may not appear to be a problem in the Tri-Cities, but it does exist. Old factories, abandoned houses and cars, spending the night on someone's couch. These are the options the homeless have to find shelter in the cold. These people may not be highly visible, but they're around.
There's a lot of homeless. It's like you don't see us because if we're caught outside, in little camps that we have, we make up camps and stuff. You know, if you trust somebody enough to you know, sleep around by them, then it's okay, you're a little bit safe at night, but you gotta hide your stuff during the day.
Stormy has been homeless for 6 years. With no connections in the area, she's one of many people looking for a place, but that sometimes comes at a cost.
If I get real desperate, it gets real cold, I can always prostitute, and I'll have a warm place to stay.
Usually the Union Gospel Mission is the best option for people like Barnes, but when the only shelter has 80 beds taken and 45 people are sleeping on the floor, homeless advocate Steve Galkey says, we need more resources.
Trying to just raise awareness of how we can get the groups together and the community together to say, yeah, one shelter cannot meet everybody's needs. How do we have other alternatives?
But for Barnes, the options are few.
My options are down by a warehouse, sleeping outside, bundling up on a pellet. Or try and find a container or something. I don't know anybody in town. Now, the number of homeless currently in 2010 was counted at 433. The Benton Franklin CAC will be doing their count on January 27th, and according to them, they expect that number to rise.
It'll devastate it. We'll start over once it dries out.
John Cummings is trying to stay optimistic about the water he knows will cover his land in a matter of hours. Since January, it has flooded 3 times. He's hoping these sandbags will prevent damage to his home.
Well, of course, it's frustrating, but that's a gamble that we take, and we just start over again.
That's the attitude you have to have when living in a flood-prone area, but it's still a concern for many.
My wife and I, we just had a new baby, 6-month-old now, and so it's making sure that we can find a place to stay just in case this does get bad. You know, we have to think of those Plan B, Plan C's type situations.
The water's rising so fast that it's now starting to spill onto the land. As a matter of fact, I'm standing in some of that water at this moment. That's why homeowners are getting these sandbags, protecting their home before the water hits.
We've been started, I think, around 10 o'clock this morning. We got sand from the city of West Richland and sandbags from the county and emergency management, and we're just trying to get some pre-filled before the big rush hits us.
These firefighters filled 100 bags in just 2 hours. They've seen a steady stream of people coming to Fire Station 410 on Gross Cup and Harrington Road. John Cummings says he expects to be part of the rush to get more bags.
I'm sure we're going to have to make another trip. We got a pickup load, and we'll probably have to get one more load. We're going to sandbag all the doors and to the buildings, that any place that water could easily get in.
Benton County firefighters asked people to call 967-2945 and make arrangements before going to get sandbags. In West Richland, Bryant, Maddrick, KNDU, right now. 90-year-old Bane Blankenship can still remember the hell he was surrounded by when he served as a medic during World War II.
So I got shot at. One of my buddies got shot through the head with a Red Cross Bazaar on his head.
For vets like Blankenship, time is fragile, something he was reminded of when Inland Northwest honor flights flew him and others to Washington, D.C. to visit the World War II memorial.
Yeah, we lost one of our people on my flight. He died in bed the first night we landed there.
Death is something this former paratrooper knows well from his days in the war, and now in his later years, he's happy he had a chance to make the trip last August.
Just unbelievable to see something out there in the middle of nowhere, all these huge statues sticking up, you know, and they all had imprints on them that somehow they made them in the statue, each one.
You can find a Veterans Memorial in just about any place across the country, including right here in Columbia Park. But with many veterans of that war dying off, Honor Flights was designed to make sure that those vets can see the main monument in Washington. The organization flies vets out of Spokane to various monuments in the nation's capital. Some of those men, including folks in the Tri-Cities, will leave next Monday. Navy vet John Perry of Richland leaves in June and sums up his feelings this way.
Anticipation, looking forward to it, and then I've still got my World War II blues uniforms.
While Perry prepares for his chance to see a memorial honoring veterans like him, people like Blankenship still think of the men who died on the battlefield and at home.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the ones that couldn't make it.
In Kennewick, Bryant, Maddrick, KNDU, right now. Frigid temperatures. So, what we can be expecting on your New Year's Day? Well, Yakima, 18 degrees is going to be your high tomorrow, and the lower valleys all in the 20s. But sunshine will be around, so it won't be a terrible New Year's, just be a cold one, but it will be some sunshine. Yet, firefighters know getting help quickly is what saves lives, and they want to make sure everybody else knows.